Hey guys, it's just me, Andy Sloan from Weymouth Fitness Camp. So I wanted to shoot a quick kind of presentation for you, just talking to you about why it is that so far nothing's worked for you yet. So look, before I actually start talking, it's probably a good idea that I kind of introduce myself and give you just a little bit of background information on myself and who I am and what it is that I do in this world. So look, that's me on the right hand side there, just standing with my currently fiance. She'll be my wife in August 2012, so that's quite cool. But basically, we're there in Australia. I think that's the Blue Mountains right there. That was after a couple of weeks after I did an Ironman down in Australia, which was pretty cool. That's kind of my second passion, next to helping people like you to get in the very best shape that they can. So that's me there anyway. So look, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about who I am. I'm not going to run off a massive CV or anything like that and tell you all my qualifications, but in a nutshell, how I've got to where I am right now in terms of the profession I'm in is kind of like this. I did school and college in Weymouth, went off to uni and did a degree there in sports. In fact, in between those two things, I went off travelling for sort of 4 months or so as well, which was pretty awesome. After uni, I qualified as a personal trainer in Birmingham. I did that. Set up Precision Fitness, which is my personal training company. Started off doing in-house personal training in people's homes and then some in the gym as well. I've recently set up my own personal training studio as well here in Weymouth. So I actually run a private training facility where I train all my private clients, which is ace. I obviously run Weymouth Fitness Camp, which is what we're going to be chatting about as we go through the presentation today. In addition to that, my other love, as I said, is kind of triathlon and endurance sports. So I do some coaching on that as well on the side of my the rest of the stuff I'm doing. What kind of differentiates me from the vast majority of trainers is that I'm really, really willing and actually like investing quite a substantial amount of money every single year on my own education, and it generally averages about sort of £7,000 or £8,000 every single year on developing myself and the services which I'm able to offer people. So that's pretty ace. Now, those investments have actually led to me going off to Florida, where I worked with a guy called Carlos Santana, who's pretty much the go-to guy for anything basically on sort of like functional training. I've been off to Thailand with a guy called Dax Moy, who charges £200 an hour for his services here in the UK. He also runs like a 17 or £20,000 a week program as well, and basically he's kind of like the top guy in the UK industry. I've also been off to Spain recently with Paul Mort, who is kind of like a business mentor for me. He's also, well, was before he moved to Spain, pretty much the top guy for fat loss in the UK as well. So I basically invest quite a bit of money and time and everything else into actually making sure that what I can give to people is the very, very best. I'm actually the only guaranteed results personal trainer in the area, and also Weymouth Fitness Camp, as you've probably guessed by now, is the only guaranteed results fitness camp within the area as well. And there is distinct reason for that, and that is the results that we deliver every single time. These results are replicable, okay, better than my talking. Yeah, the replicable results, and in a nutshell, that means that when someone sticks to the program and does exactly what we tell them to do, they're going to get the awesome results, the same results, which I'll show you a couple of pictures a little while later. I've actually helped well over 1,000 people to drop literally thousands of pounds of body fat over the last sort of 4 or so years, however long I've been in the industry. And the bottom line is I absolutely love what it is that I do. I love the work that I do on the fitness camp and with my private clients, my triathletes, all of it. Absolutely love it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't invest so much time and money into it. Okay, cool. So that's me. Anyway, let's have a look at why it is that right now you're not wearing the body that you want. Okay. Cool. So what is it that you've tried so far, and why hasn't it worked? Now, just a quick one. I'm actually going to go through a few things that you probably have tried up to now. It's important to know that I'm not actually slating any of these things, okay? I've got absolutely nothing against any of the things I'm going to talk about now, but what I am going to do is just tell you why to now they've probably not actually got the job done, which is why you've come to see us here at the fitness camp to finally get in that body that you deserve to be wearing. Alright, so first off, you've tried the calorie counting. Most people who come to fitness camp or come to see me privately have actually tried calorie counting. Now, it's really, calories do count to a certain extent within fat loss. Obviously, if you're eating far too many, then you're going to get fat. but it really isn't the be all and end all when it comes to getting in shape. All right, so for example, if I was to eat, like, say, 1,000 calories of broccoli, would that be the same as if I was to then the next day eat 1,000 calories of Mars bar? You know, it's pretty obvious that it's not going to be the exact same thing. In very kind of basic terms, the Mars bar there is going to be have a much different impact on your hormonal balance, including your for instance, just your blood sugar levels. It's going to cause those to rise, which is going to cause your pancreas to send out a boatload of insulin to bring them back down to normal. What's going to happen there is actually going to send out too much insulin. Your blood sugar levels are going to end up dropping, and the cycle kind of is going to continue with you craving crap and not having very good energy levels at all as well. Okay, so when it comes to calorie counting, it's really not about that. Another little example is if you were to eat, say, 1,500 calories a day for a week, okay, and you were burning, say, I don't know, 2,000 calories a day, then that would dictate, or that would say that by science, what they give you'd probably lose about a pound of fat every single week. We all know that's not actually going to happen. I mean, what happens when you stop losing the weight? Do you then drop down to 1,000 calories a day and then start doing 2,000 calories of exercise? Unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that. There's so much more to do to it, and to nutrition and training and actually getting in shape, than literally just the numbers they give you on the back of your Weight Watchers sandwich or whatever it is you're eating. Okay, slimming clubs. Now again, I've got nothing against any of these things, but slimming clubs, a lot of the people that come and train with us have been to the slimming clubs, and they found that they've just not done the job right for them. They've found that they've been going to these clubs, and they've been able to have like a certain number of points a day, or eat different coloured foods on whatever day, and what's actually happened is their diet's still involved them eating quite a lot of crap, which is then obviously not involved them getting the body they want. A lot of people, of course, do get in great shape, or do they do get some results with these things, but a lot of the time, as I said on the fitness camp, we get a lot of people come to us who have tried all these things, they just really haven't worked. A lot of these clubs kind of promote their own branded, like, microwavable meals and stuff like that, which is just laden with crap as well. And as we kind of go through the nutrition, and as I kind of send you some stuff to read, you really will see that there's so much more to the nutrition than literally, again, it's kind of coming back to that calories in versus calories out. Okay, the quality of the food that you're putting inside you is so much more important than how many points it's going to be worth based on some scale, or how many calories are going to be in it as well. Okay, you might want to try the shakes as well. A lot of people have tried things like, Lighter Life, or whatever else, or, the Biggest Loser shakes, like meal replacements and all that sort of crap. You're not going to get the fuel that your body needs from a shake. Okay, can't say that enough. If you're doing like one of these liquid diets, yes, you're going to lose a pile of weight in rapid, quick time. Anyone would, pretty much, but what's going to actually happen is your metabolism is actually going to end up slower as a result, and as soon as you stop taking all these crappy shakes, you're going to find, as you probably have done in the past when you've cut calories pretty extreme, that the weight is actually going to pile straight back on as your metabolism gets pretty, for want of a better expression, buggered. Okay, so the shakes really haven't worked for you so far. Right, okay, so next up, things like spinning. Okay, spinning is great. A lot of people like going spinning. It's if you enjoy it, great. But what we find a lot of times, and again, you might have found this yourself, that if you go and spinning sort of 4 or 5 times a week, you're still not getting the results. And you might even find, which is something that typically does actually happen with spinning, that you can actually get sort of a fatter bum and legs as well, just for doing too much spinning, just because of the nature of the high revolution, low resistance, which actually can cause your lower body to store more fat, which is pretty interesting enough. Exercise classes. Okay, when we're looking at exercise classes, this can be anything from sort of a boxercise to a circuit class, or a random hardcore conditioning class that you go to every couple of weeks, or anything like that. Dance classes, anything. The thing with most of these exercise classes, in fact, I've not found one that this doesn't relate to, but these things just really aren't structured. What they are is in a nutshell, a bunch of random exercises done in random order by random people. Okay, you're gonna have a class full of people that are completely different from one another. Might have someone on the left who is really in shape, maybe marathon runner or something, just going there because he fancies battering himself. And then on the right hand side, you might have someone who's 6 or 7 stone overweight and just there to try and shift a couple of pounds in. I mean, you can have a broad spectrum of people in the class that are all working towards completely different things, and that's it's just not really going to happen. One of the biggest things with exercise classes is people kind of just go to them sort of ad hoc and just randomly. You've probably found it in the past. You'll go to like your circuits on a Tuesday maybe, but perhaps the next week you can't go to it. The week after that you've got to pick your kid up from some football match or something that night, and again you're going to have to miss it. And before you know it, you're just missing classes here, there, and everywhere because there's really just no accountability there. You'll also find that it's just a workout is I guess the essence of it. You're going there, you're paying your £4, you're doing your workout, you're going home, that's that, and then you're kind of left to get on with it. You're literally just going there for a workout, and that's that. But if you were looking to get in shape, I mean proper shape, not just go and get hammered in your training or just do a random workout, you need to have some sort of structure in there. Okay, your training needs to be periodized, and we need to make sure that your program's actually going to do the thing that's actually going to get you the results. Okay. Alright, so the next one, the gym. This is one of the biggest things. People always, very, very frequently, pretty much every week, emailing me saying, Andy, I've been going to the gym for months, I've just not got the results, what can you do for me? Okay, and one of the big reasons people go to the gym and they have the gym membership is obviously because they want to get in shape, but then what do they do when they get there? I used to train quite a lot of people in the gym, and you just look around, you see someone goes in there, they do 20 minutes on the cross trainer, 20 minutes on the bike, 20 minutes on the treadmill, even though it's sunny outside, maybe a couple of machine weights or something like that, chat to their friends, send a few texts, before you know it, someone's been in there for, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and they've got, barely anything done, and really, if they'd have had a correct workout and something that's actually going to, get the metabolism booming and get them dropping fat fast, then they could have really been in and out of there in about half an hour, okay? So the gym, if you've got a gym membership at the moment, chances are you're not really using it too much. It's really quite possible that all it is to you at the minute is just 40 quid that comes out of your bank every month, okay? Alright, running and power walking. Now, when it comes to getting in shape, this is often one of the first things people do. It's like, oh, I need to drop a couple of pounds. I know I'll start walking every night, or I'll start doing some running. Join a running club, whatever, or go out running with a friend. But the thing is, this really isn't the best thing to do in order to get in shape. First off, if someone's kind of a little bit overweight, so you've got a couple of stone to lose, then the pressure going through the joints isn't going to do you any favors if you're just starting running straight away. Okay, you need to actually you need to build up the strength there before you start doing something like that. Generally, okay. And another thing with the running or power walking is the steady state cardio, as I kind of talk about in a minute, really isn't the thing to do to get yourself in shape. All right. What we want to do is things that are actually going to boost your metabolism, and I'm actually going to get onto those things in a few slides' time. The next one, eat less, move more. So many people always say, and I see it on Facebook quite a lot of times, just eating less and moving more. That's the key to getting in shape. And to be fair, I guess most sort of medical professionals probably say that as well. For a lot of time as well. If you go to your doctor or something, doctor, I'm overweight. Okay, cool. Eat a bit less, do a bit more exercise. I've had loads and loads of clients come to me and say they've been told that, but that's just not giving them any direction. Okay, it's not all about eating less and moving more. If it was, then just by cutting out your 3,500 calories, or cutting down by 3,500 calories a day, a week, sorry, would then make sure you drop like a pound a week. You drop like 52 pounds in a year just by doing that thing there. It's not all about eating less and moving more. Okay, so basically, what have you been left with? I mean, you've tried all those things. You've tried the calorie count and the slimming clubs, the shakes, the exercise classes, the spinning, all those sorts of things. But just right now, as you're sitting there watching this video, chances are you're just confused. You're confused about what it is that you actually need to do to get in shape, okay? And you're confused probably as to why the things that you've done so far haven't worked. I mean, hopefully I've shed a little bit of light on that. Obviously, I don't want to go into too much detail on that right now. But as I said, you probably are confused right now. So look, it's important now for us to have a look on the positive and what will work, all right? So to do that, I just want to take you through my hierarchy of fat loss. Now, yeah, I've basically ordered the kind of different modalities of kind of training and whatever here in kind of order of importance. So at the top there, you can see the thing that's most important in order to get you the fat loss results that you want is your mindset. Okay, if your head's not in the game, you're not going to get the results. If if your mind's not ready, then your body's not going to do what you want it to do, and you're not going to get your body doing what it want to do. You're going to skip sessions, you're going to cheat on your nutrition. You're just not going to get there if your head's not right. Okay, so it's so important for someone to make sure that their head's in the game. Okay, it's so important that it's also number 2 on the hierarchy of fat loss. Okay, the next thing you'd probably think would be a training thing, but it's actually hormonal balance. Now, where your body stores fat is all down to your hormones, okay? And actually, by manipulating your hormones, we can actually target fat from specific areas, which is pretty interesting. But that's something for another day. So yeah, hormonal balance is so important. If you've got too much insulin, for instance, floating around your body because you're eating too much sugary food a lot of the time, then that's going to basically end up causing you to have love handles. And hormones are so responsible for pretty much everything that goes on within your body. Okay, your emotions, like as I said, where you store fat, your energy levels, all that sort of things down to hormones. Okay, so before we even think about training and using that as a modality, we need to be aware that hormonal balance is so important to actually getting you in shape. Okay, the next thing, which is also going to impact on the hormonal balance, is the correct nutrition. All right, so making sure that you're eating the right food. If you're not eating the right food, then no amount of the greatest training program in the world is going to get you the result. Okay, you can't out train a bad diet, so it's so important to make sure that your nutrition's good. Now, nutrition doesn't have to be complicated, and actually on the full fitness camp program, you see that the nutrition is dead simple. Okay, it's a case of making sure that the vast majority of the nutrition is made up of fresh, wholesome foods. Okay, it's really simple. Okay, so the first actual training thing that we've got on here is actually metabolic resistance training. Now, this is the stuff that we do at fitness camp, which actually can elevate your metabolism for up to about 2 days after you finish training. People are often asking me at the fitness camp, in fact, if they need to work out a couple of days, of the week as well as a fitness camp. But to be honest, my answer that I give the vast majority of them, unless they've got something specific they want to train for, like a running race or whatever, is that no, you really don't need to do that, because the bang for your buck that you get in the workout is actually so big that as I said, we're going to keep that metabolism booming for up to sort of 48 hours after you finish the training. I mean, if you can put it in perspective, if you could burn literally just 10 or 15 calories an hour every hour more than you are now, okay, every hour of the week, that's going to be a lot of body fat which you're going to be burning off for free after you've done just a 30 or 45-minute workout. Okay, the next one there is intense anaerobic interval training. So that's looking at things like sprints. They're pretty good for fat loss as well. Then we've got aerobic intervals. So that'll be out jogging and maybe going a bit harder, then a bit easier, a bit harder, a bit easier. Then we've got steady state high intensity aerobic. So that might be like a 20 to 30-minute really hard cycle ride or really hard run, just at a steady pace there. And then right down the bottom is like your running and your power walking, the steady pace, low intensity aerobic training. That really is the thing that, if you're looking to drop fat, isn't going to be the one that's going to get you the good results. Okay, so now we come on to what is going to get you the results, and that is a health-based approach, a health-first approach, okay? Now, my Flame Fat Loss Formula, the Fat Loss Accelerating Metabolic Enhancement Formula of training and nutrition, okay, is a health-first approach. What we do here is, rather than putting fat loss or muscle gain or anything like that in the center and basing everything around it, the thing that we're looking to improve is your health, okay? So first and foremost, when people come onto the program, I'm thinking, right, how can I get this person healthier? How can I get them in better shape through improving their health? Okay, if we get your health right, okay, if we improve your health, then you're going to drop the fat. Okay, so all these things surrounding all these sort of 4 things I've listed there. So the nutrition, the mindset, the lifestyle, the training. We get all those right, and the end result is we're going to improve your health. Okay, if you if someone's storing far too much body fat, then they're not healthy, regardless of whether they can run a marathon or whatever. Okay, it's not healthy to have too much fat. All right, so the nutritional approach is there to improve your health. Okay, we cut out all the crap and we load up on the fresh stuff. The result is you get healthier, you drop a pile of body fat, okay? The mindset, as I spoke about already, again, we look to make sure we got your head in the game. If your head's in the game, your nutrition will be right. If your head's in the game, your training's going to be right, okay? If your head's in the game, your lifestyle's going to be right as well. All of those is going to help to improve your health. On the note of lifestyle, that's so important. So we're looking there at things like stress levels and sleep. Okay, so if we can get all those sorts of things right as well, again, we're going to be improving your health, getting you the very best results possible. And then, of course, we've got the training as well. The training in the workouts, as you've experienced from yourself here on the trial week so far, is actually going to make sure we improve your health. Again, you're going to use the training to increase your energy levels, drop some body fat, and generally get in good shape. And as a result of all that, well, your health is going to get improved significantly. Okay, so that's that's in an essence what the flame fat loss form is about. It's improving your health and getting you great results as a result of that. Okay, so what do our members get on the full program? Well, in a nutshell, they get results like these. This girl here is actually a diabetic, and you can see just how well she did in her first, I think that was either 21 or 28 days. Absolutely nailed it. You can see in particular where we've been able to kind of control her blood sugar levels a whole lot better. You can see if you look around the love handle area, which I mentioned earlier on, you can see that they've actually dropped off significantly, which is awesome. That's come as a direct result of getting those blood sugar levels controlled. All right. Okay, we look at this lady here again. This was just a 19 days of this lady's result. Okay, so pretty impressive. What else do we get? Okay, we've got another lady here in her first 28 days. Mandy here has absolutely nailed it, as you can see. Epic results. And then if you have a look at the two people here as well, if you see young Kerry on the left-hand side has made some fantastic differences to her body. Again, that was about 19 days. And then Pete on the right-hand side there, one of our guys has really, you can see the difference for yourself. Fitness camp's not just for girls, okay? I mean, you'll see we've got a lot of girls on the program, a lot of women on the program, but it really isn't just for girls. You know, we get guys on there, and they always get great results. Okay, so how do they get these results and how do they get there? Well, whenever someone signs up to the program, they get a pile of cool stuff, which I kind of talked to you about at another stage. But just to really quickly go over it, some of the key things they get is actually a copy of the Flame Fat Loss Formula Nutrition Bible, which is about 100 odd pages of telling you exactly what you need to do with regard to your nutrition. It explains not only what you're doing, but why you're doing it as well. So why it's so important to eat all the fresh stuff, why we cut out certain things, and why it is that what you're going to, that the nutritional strategy you're going to employ is going to boost your energy and get you the results that you want. You also get a copy of the Emotional Eating Workbook. This is pretty cool. I've had some really good feedback of this. Actually, quite a new thing we've chucked in the mix there. Okay, which we've all had some done some sort of emotional eating at one time or another. Whether it's just getting stuck into far too much popcorn and nachos when we're watching a movie, even though we don't need it, or whether it's delving into the ice cream when we're pissed off and had a bad day, or rewarding ourselves with a pizza or something after a job well done or whatever. You're also going to get a couple of copies of our cookbooks as well. So in fact, we've got 3 cookbooks. I didn't put one of the images on there. Okay, so in there's everything from sort of very basic kind of dinners and breakfasts right through to naughty tasting snacks, which are actually pretty good for you. So everything in there will be kind of compatible with the nutrition program. So that's actually really good. I mean, one of the keys to keeping on track with your nutrition is to actually make sure that you're varying your nutrition, okay? Rather than literally just eating chicken and broccoli every night. If you did that, you'd get bored as hell. You wouldn't get as good results either. So that's worth noting as well. So that's why we chuck the cookbooks in there as well. You'll also see the 3 letters there, VIP. All our members get access to our VIP member site, which is pretty cool. Over there's everything from guest blog posts to videos from myself and workouts and what else have we got in there? Recipes and forum posts from other members and blogs and all that sort of stuff. It's a pretty cool tool. And then we've also got the private Facebook group as well, okay, which is where I actually coach you through the program. Okay, so I'm in there every day giving advice on whatever people need to have a look at. So that's a pretty effective tool as well. But look, I'm going to leave that with you for now. Hopefully this has been a pretty helpful presentation and video for you, and I'm super excited about seeing you for the rest of the week. So have a fantastic day whatever you're up to, and I shall catch you soon. Bye bye.